All right, next step. We are going to add in our text right now. First thing you need to do is make a new layer. So come down to the icon, drag this layer to the bottom, and then go ahead and turn the rest of these ones off for right now. And you should have looked up your whatever text you're going to use. Doing a Google search is what I did. So let me go there. I just have this highlighted. I'm going to hit Control C to copy it. Go back to Photoshop. Now, if I were to try and just hit Control V right now, it's not going to do anything. Go down and get your type tool, which looks like the capital T, and make a text box. Start from the top left to the bottom right. You can adjust it a little bit if you need to, and then hit Control V. Make sure that the left align is on. So right now I have left align on. I have an 11-point font, and the font that is I just had it from last time I used it is American Typewriter, so that's fine for right now. We can go back and change these as needed. So you can see my cursor's right here. I'm going to give myself a space, and then I'm going to hit Control V as many times as needed so that this is pretty full. We want this as full as possible. So if you need to, some of you might need to adjust the spacing. If the spacing is a little off, you can do some adjusting with, the space bar or deleting like lines of space if needed. So this will be, let's use this one as our midtones. So come over to that layer and rename it midtones. And we need to make a duplicate of that layer. So save ourselves some work. And you guys all know how to do this. Control J makes a copy of the layer that you have selected. So now I have 2 copies of these. I'm going to rename this copy, I'm going to rename it Shadows. So now that we have 2, I could leave the midtones one. I could leave it as that American Typewriter. I might want to adjust the size. You could make it smaller. Let's make our range between like 4 and 11 points so that we have enough of the text showing. So in the shadows one, you're probably going to, well, you're definitely going to need to make this a heavier weight font. We want it to be, we want a bold font for our darks and a little bit lighter for our mediums. So you can experiment with the fonts that you would like to use. Like I said, the American Typewriter, that would be okay for a midtone. For the shadows, the Sports World one, depending on if you have different fonts downloaded on your computer, you might have different ones than other people, but you're gonna want to choose, if you think about shadows, they're darker and heavier weights. So maybe I'll pick, I'll just go with the, I like the felt marker font is one of my favorites that I use on all of your handouts. So I'm gonna pick that one. Computer's a little slow right now. But you will see, so now it looks kind of like gibberish right now. So I can, if I want to, while my computer is, so I could turn off the midtones one, so I'm just focused on this. And you can see more of my text became visible. So I can highlight that and, change that back to the felt marker too. This requires a little bit of adjusting as we go. So no big deal. Get it to where it's all the same font. And then we are ready now for the next step, which is layer masks. So from here, once you have both of your font layers, your portraits on here, we're going to dive into layer masks. So get this done and then you can start the next video.